Hi guys, Joe here from Social Forge Solutions, and just thought I'd make a quick introduction for the video that you're about to watch, just to run over some stats, bit of background about the business, and then you can kind of see it from the client's perspective as well. So we've been working with John just over a month now, contractor based out in Las Vegas, a company called Norse Painting. Phenomenal company, really great friends of ours. And one of the big issues that they had before coming on board was scaling past a certain point of ad spend. So we always kind of have testimonials and results from, people doing 25K a month, scaling to 100K a month, people going from 50K a month to 200, etc. This one's fantastic. It's a little bit different because they're going from, already 500,000, 600K a month. They're pushing for that $1 million a month mark. So it's kind of a bit of a next level as well. So you can kind of see, how the system works on each end of the spectrum. So with John, we spent about $12,000 in the first month in total for all fees, and ended up bringing in about $320,000 in closed revenue, which is amazing. Now that is a 29x on a return on investment. It's way less than a 5% cost of marketing, probably even a lot less than that. And close rate on that was about 37% of the estimates that we brought in. In terms of the lead conversion to the estimate conversion, it was about 53%. So if about 10 leads came in, we're generating just over 5 of those into qualified shown up estimates. And then 37% of those were being closed into jobs. Average job size has skyrocketed. I think we're about 1.5K increase compared to where they were at before. We're at mid sixes, for an average project, which is really good in Las Vegas. So we're continuing to scale, and their plan for next month is to spend about 20,000. So they're looking to consistently increase this. And this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this introduction was, once you get the proof of concept, you can really start to scale the system. And, if you put $1,000 in and get 10,000 out, you can know, okay, if I put $10,000 in, I'm going to get $100,000 out. And a lot of people ask me about, how are these sort of businesses like John and like other people that we have in our program, how are they achieving these numbers? $1 million months, $500,000 months, 20 million a year. And this is essentially, from the acquisition standpoint, obviously the operations is a little bit different, but from the acquisition standpoint, this is as simple as it gets. They find things that works and they scale what works, and that's pretty much it. So I'll let you go and watch the video now. John's a fantastic guy, shares some really good insights about why they kind of chose us in the first place, but I'll let you go and watch that now. Just thought I'd record this quick intro for you just to provide a bit more context. So John, could you just tell me, kind of first of all, tell me a little bit about who you are, for everyone watching, your company, kind of what you do, etc. That'd be fantastic, man.
For sure. So we're a painting contractor in Las Vegas, Nevada, primarily residential repaints. Been in business about almost 10 years now at this point.
Fantastic. And before partnering up with us, I know you had kind of some scaling issues. What was the main reason that you kind of decided to choose us and partner up with us in the first place?
So scaling was the biggest reason. Really finding someone that can continue to just scale our ad spend every month and do it effectively while still maintaining the metrics that we're hitting.
Makes a lot of sense. And what sort of frustrations did you have kind of in the past? Were people struggling to scale you past a certain point, or how was the experience with that?
Yeah, so I think that was the number one thing where it's just, we would hit that wall of can't spend more. But then in the process as well, something that I didn't realize was not necessarily an issue, but something nice that I think you guys do in addition that I noticed is just that transparency of seeing, the performance on the account and how you guys are approaching it, everything like that. So, I like being able to go in and see what's performing and kind of let the guys know, like, this is what we need more videos of, or just know what I need to focus on, as well as just seeing that day to day of what's going on, instead of someone coming to me and saying, yeah, like, this isn't working and this is why we think why, but really, like, that's all I have to go on. It's just what that person's telling me and no data behind.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we very much pride ourselves in, being transparent and really kind of data driven because, like we all know, numbers don't lie when it comes to these sort of things. So how does the business look now in terms, I know we just finished the month. If you want to talk a little bit about that, what we've done, because I know we've had a pretty great month, actually, all things considered.
Yeah, I think overall the two most notable things are, uh, appointments are going up every week, revenue is going up every week, and one thing I looked at that I noticed was our cost of marketing relative to our revenue has gone down about 4% as well. So that was
That's
huge.
That's phenomenal, and I know you hit a revenue goal as well, which is amazing. We don't need to voice that because it's competition, etc. But it's really really fantastic. And just last thing, what would you say to sort of anyone thinking about partnering up with us who sees a video like this and are kind of on the edge? What would you say?
I would say overall, don't hesitate. I think even just from the initial meetings and speaking with you guys before we even jumped into the actual, action of putting the ads together, you guys were really willing to go through a ton of questions for me and not just about, general things, but really about the process and the approach you guys take. And, specific to my problem of scale, I really wanted to know, like, how would you guys approach that? What things are you doing? How are we going to make that happen? And what was really refreshing is you guys just laid out the whole thing, and we're going to do this, and then we do this, and this is what it would take creative wise, and just went down the list. And I think that was very different from what I've encountered in the past, because it was generally like, oh yeah, we can do that. It's like, just, yeah, we got to show you though. And that's a lot to take on faith. So
Awesome. No, really appreciate that. Thank you very much.